Hi, my name is Andre, and I am reviewing today a brand new pen monitor from Huion, and it is the GT220S. This is the second version of their 21-inch pen monitor, and we're going to do an unboxing right now. And just to see, this is brand new. This is being released nationally here in the U.S. This month. I believe it will be next week. Officially, you can buy this on Amazon. And this is, I know of Huion. I have some of their other products. I got a okay, my pizza was just delivered, so I'll have that in a minute. Anyway, I have other Huion products. I have a pen tablet, which I used for years, until I could afford to get a pen monitor. So, let's open this up. And I have my vector blade. And inside, you have the GT220. Okay. You've got the. Oh, okay. Maybe this is for security, but we have some. Boards there. Okay. Now let's take a look at this. Okay. On the front, you have the box cover, graphics pen display. 248 levels of pressure sensitivity. It's an IPS screen, so you got 178 degrees of viewing angle. 233 pounds per square inch. Brightness of 250. And it is for US, which is NTSC. Okay, wonderful. So, and it's the same thing on the back. So let's open this up and see what is inside. Huion is a company I've dealt with before, and it is one of the better private companies that makes peripherals for computers. And I've loved their stuff in the past. And then, so opening it up, you have a greeting card. Let's take this out. Okay. These should be the plugs. Feels like the plugs. Ooh. Now, this is retailing for about $700. I know that the Wacom, the industry leader, they're 21-inch. They have two of them. They have the HD and they have the HD Touch, which the HD Touch is the more expensive of the two. And you can actually put your hands on the screen and it will act almost like a tablet. But that is roughly about $1,500 to $2,000 more than this. So this is 1/3 of the price of the Wacom. So that's weird. Okay, let's open this up here, and let's reopen this up. This is actually pretty lightweight. It's actually, I thought this was going to be heavier, but it's not. It's actually relatively thin. I'll get my ruler in a minute to see the actual dimensions. Okay, but let's take a look at this. We saw the front side. This is the back side. You'll screw in the pieces here, and it will create a legs. So it'll be able to arch up and down. And then you have your ports in the back. You have a VGA port, the power cord, some other older analog ports, and then you have the HDMI. This is really the one that you want. This is the HDMI port, and that, along with the power cord, is essentially what you're going to be dealing with. Okay, you have the vent here, And then you have stereo speakers, both left and right. Okay, so, and then of course you have the installation instructions right here. Okay, so let's put this here. It also comes with a HDMI plug. So you have this that you can plug in, so that's pretty nice. You don't have to buy it. This is a this is the old VGA cords. I believe this is a 16 pin. So we'll keep this. I don't know if we'll need it. And I'm going to plug this in actually to, I'm going to spotlight this using a Mac, an iMac, as well as one of 2 Windows PCs that I have. I haven't decided which one yet. Okay, you've got the instruction booklet. And you have a disc which I believe should have some drivers in it. This booklet is for Mac, and I believe the other one is for PC. Okay, so you have Windows, you have an instruction booklet for Mac and one for Windows. Okay? So actually I'll need both of these. You have a disc. If you still have a disk drive, which I do recommend, it's about $30 on Amazon. You can install these. Typically, if an item is a year or 2 old and still ships with the disk, usually the disk drivers are, the drivers on the disk are usually old. So you would go to the website and just download the most current version. But since this is literally just being released about next week, I should say, this is probably the most current at this moment. Okay, this is the back part, and this is what we're going to screw into the back part, and this would be the legs. So this is what will allow it to arch. Okay, so this opens up, and it opens and collapses with this push button right here. So that's it. It closes, comes down. Okay, we'll put the screws in it in a second and see how that looks. Okay, but first let me get my ruler and just give you a dimension to see what you're looking at. Okay, we are back. Okay, I've got my ruler, and the length of this is roughly 20.5 inches by 20.5 by 13, let's call it 13. And the screen, which is supposed to be a 21-inch monitor, it is literally 21.5-inch diagonal. So you've got a working space of 21.5 inches. We'll do it from point to point. This is how we measure it. Point to point. Here. That is exactly 21.5 inch. So this 21-inch monitor is actually 21.5-inch monitor. And I don't have a scale that can fit this comfortably, but in my hands it feels to be about 5 pounds, 5 to 6 pounds. Okay, and I'm going to set this up, and I'll be back in a minute to show you how it works with a Mac and a Windows. I promised I was going to get back in a minute to see how this works with a Mac, but as I was unboxing this, take a look at some of the plugs that it comes with it. This is the power cord. Got the power cord. You got some screws here, which we will deal with in a second. You have a cleaning cloth. These are cool. But this is nice. They actually also included a Phillips head screwdriver. So there's almost nothing that you need. Here is a Phillips head screwdriver in the box. Then you have some extra plugs. You've got the pen itself. And you have the power cord base. You also have this is the charger, the charge plug for the pen. So if you can see that here, there's a charge port for the pen. You just drop it in the back, stick this inside, and you're good to go. And you have the standard pen holder. So you've got the pen here. And this, oh, it's got a nice cover to it. So this is nice. Also, as a pen, this is nice. That's nice. Okay, so that fits like that. So it's nice. So when you're not using it, it drops in. This looks like Wacom's pen. So it's an industry design. So I think everybody's now making their pens to look like this. But this is very nice. And there's a small hole here. This is what you would use to charge this. Plug this in and into an outlet. And this should have extra nibs, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. So you have 3, 6, 8. You have 3, 2, that's 8 nibs. Then you also have this is the nib remover. Squeeze that and you pull it out. And you have 8 extra nibs. It's been my experience that you'll almost never use all of these. Maybe once or twice over the life of this pen monitor. That's how infrequently you'll use these. But it's nice to know you've got 8. But I'm also impressed that they would also include a screwdriver. I thought that was very, very nice and very tasteful. So getting this up and running is actually even faster. So there's no tools that you actually need. You just need to know where you're going to plug in the monitor and its ports. So just put this up. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. You have all of these accessories. And I got to find out how much Amazon is charging for an additional pen. You're going to need to buy an additional pen. Because when these go out, you're going to need to recharge it in order to keep working. And usually with these pen monitors, these will last when it's fully charged 2-3 months without needing to recharge them. But when you do need to recharge them, it's going to be about 7 or 8 hours before it's fully charged. So it might be best to pick up another one of these, or maybe 2. Just keep them charged so that when this needs to be charged, you can just unplug something else and then just plug that in, and you're good to go. So that's the only slight criticism I have at the moment. But 2 of these would have been great because when you're out of juice, you're not going to be able to continue working until it's fully charged again. So that's one small thing. But you do get, Huion does get a thumbs up for the screwdriver. So once this is done, it's pretty good. So you'll be up and running.